Hey folks, Movement Monday here with your host Ray Reyes and Hampton McCullough, coming to you Monday, March 18th, 2024. How you doing, Hampton?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. All right, well, jump right into it. I'll pass it over to you to introduce our topic today. What do you got for us?
All right. So today I really wanted to talk about what fills your cup when it comes to the gym, your personal life, what makes you happy, your movement, whatever that is. You have to fill your own cup to be able to pour into others. So like, I really like that because I fill my cup so I can pour into my daughters. That's like my why. Um, And I'm just going to jump into it because when I think about what fills your cup or my cup, I think about, you have to find what works best for you when it comes to getting your movement, going to the gym, switching your lifestyle, having a healthy lifestyle, and healthy habits. I see a lot of, I don't know if you'll agree with this or I think you will, but I see a lot of people that really focus on what other people do. And so people are sitting there and they're like, oh, I do this for movement. I do this for movement. And if you kind of just like take all that in, you're going to get pressured. You're going to feel overwhelmed because it's so much stuff at once.
Mhm.
And if it's not stuff that you really like or stuff that makes you happy, I feel like you're going to get overwhelmed and you're just going to backtrack or you're just going to come to a standstill.
Oh, for
I
sure.
don't know. What's your take on that?
Well, and you've touched on a couple of points, and maybe I should have taken some notes because now I'm all over the place with
See?
where we're at. But first and foremost, I talk a lot about me being a coach in Orange Theory, and the way that I got there is my wife was a member, and she was going, and she fell in love with the workout, and she's like, I think you should come with me. I think this is a workout you'd enjoy. It's fun. They push you. It's a challenge, and there's kind of a sense of competition in there, but it's still not competition because you're still working for yourself. And my first instinct was, cool. I mean, that's your thing. I'll try it, but it's probably not for me. But I'll give it a shot. And I was wrong. I went. She was right. I loved it. Loved it so much that it definitely it turned into me wanting to coach and be in that environment and enjoy that environment because it filled my cup. And so, it's not for everybody. We have people come out for trial classes on a regular basis, and they're just like it's kind of intense. I'm like, wait, that's kind of why I like it. I like the intensity. I like to feed the intensity. I like to feel the intensity. I love the energy of the studio, so that's definitely something that fills my cup, and I love pouring into other people's cups as a coach in that environment and helping them to be, to achieve new heights and hit goals and then set new goals from that one and just continue to work at improving, what they're able to do in their everyday life because um, you know, they're working towards being stronger and healthier.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like don't go and try new things because if
Mm-hmm.
I never went for the first time to, I do cycle. So if I never went for the first time, I wouldn't know that I was actually obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to try things to see if you like it and maybe try it a couple times, but I guess don't get there just because other people do it and
Yeah,
do it because you want to be there and because you like it and love it, or else you're just not. You got to do it for yourself.
yeah, and what comes to mind is what you've said a few times is, have the attitude of I get to do this and not that I have to do this. And I think that when it's something that fills your cup, you very much feel that feeling of I get to do this workout. I am privileged to be able to come to the gym, bust my butt, and get my workout in versus I have to get this done. Because if it's something you have to do and that you don't want to do, it doesn't fill your cup and it doesn't feel good, and you're not going to feel, well, you might still feel good afterwards, but
Right. Yeah.
but it's
But
it's a matter of. of that mentality of this feeds me, this needs me, and it's very much kind of like we talk about with meetings and conventions and whatnot. Of if you don't need the class may need you. They may need your energy to pour into other people's cups, or sometimes you go, and if it's something that you normally enjoy that you just don't feel like going, that's going to happen. But also go have other people pour their energy, into your cup and have some, take that and thrive off of it. And even if it's not a group fitness type of thing, if it's just something that you're going to the gym, there's sometimes people that are at the gym that you see giving it up, giving it their all, and you're like, all right, well, I guess I got to step it up today because
Yeah, right.
it's
Yeah, and I'm not saying like I know we talked about having the mindset of I get to do this. My body's working.
yeah,
There are days that I don't want to do it. I know I said that in the last episode, but if you're going to do something that you really like to do and love to do, you're going to have less of those, I have to go do this
yeah.
feelings, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
well, and I was talking recently with a vendor for my day job, and he asked, he said, well, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm kind of a busy person. I've got a lot of things going in my life. I coach and I have my full time job. I'm a little league coach, whatnot, whatever. He goes, oh well, what do you think about the weather, in Seattle? He's not from around here, and I said, it's cool. We're coming to our great season, which is the best part. Everybody loves to be here for that weather. He's like, oh, do you get much hiking in? And I'm like, I mean, I've been hiking, but it's not really my thing. He's like, oh, I would hike all the time if I was here, and it's very much of that's what his thing is. And I'm happy that he found a way to get his movement in, but it's just not something, not
right.
that I don't like, it's just it doesn't fit my schedule. And it just doesn't, it feels like very much like a chore to prepare to go do
Yep.
that. And it's
That's
not, yeah. And it's not that I don't enjoy it when I do it. It's just a matter of that I'm not prepared for that because I don't do it often enough. So that's not necessarily something that fills my cup. Again, every time I go, I feel great when I'm done. I
Yep.
enjoy it. The views are always awesome because Western Washington views are
Right.
great, but
That's okay.
Yeah,
That what you do and what I do, I might not like what you do and you might not like what I do. And that's
precisely.
fine. And
Yeah,
that's the beauty in it. You get to do what you want.
yeah. Well, and to go with filling your cup. It's why we do this every week. It's what fills our cup, and we know what makes us feel good, what helps us to feel better about our movement, our health, our lifestyle. And as I've said plenty of times before, we just want to share. We want to help other people be better. We want to share what our experiences, and our experiences have been different. And we've gotten to different places based on our lifestyle and how it's gotten there, but also why not share what we know and our experiences and help, put the energy into other people or thoughts into other people's minds, or, just talk about movement, activity, vitamins, supplements, all that good stuff that fills our cup and that helps us to live
Yeah.
healthier, better lives and makes us feel great. So,
Right.
yeah.
What else fills your cup?
Well, I mean, there's so much that fills my cups. I'm big into communication and leadership, and so, I don't talk about this a lot on this because it doesn't necessarily relate much to this. But I am leadership in my day job. I am leadership in the vitamin supplement company and Innovative. I am a coach for Little League. I'm a coach at the gym. And all of that is leadership. And what I try to do is help to communicate so that when people are allowed to communicate back to me and are able to have an open two-way, conversation there. And what fills my cup there is seeing people coming out of their shell, and especially people that report to me or whatnot, that they feel more comfortable having a more open conversation and are able to share their ideas, able to share their thoughts, able to improve on, the environment and make things greater. Because that just makes me, feel like, for one, they're comfortable enough that they're being heard, and two, they're in the ditches. I don't see what they're doing every day, and so to know that they're having an impact on how their environment is, can be better. I'm for it. That fills my cup. That makes me feel good. I love when I'm on a meeting and somebody just has, something that I've never thought of before, because again, they're in a different environment than I am. They're like, well, have we tried this? And it's just the more that I get that kind of feedback and the more opportunity that I have to improve anybody's, leadership style or, be the facilitator to help them improve their environment. That just feels good. It's just, and it goes with Little League too. When you see, when you're coaching a kid, I've coached a few seasons now where you have, a kid at the beginning of the season that just doesn't really know much about what they're doing, can't really get into it. But by the end of the season, you see the growth in it. And that's just empowering within itself. It makes you feel like you made a difference. And it's building the future and being a dad and being a coach. It's definitely why I keep going back to coaching Little League, because it fills my cup.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're giving into what the next generation is going to be like.
Definitely. And not only that, but I'm also dad. And so I'm out there with my son. And so, you talked about filling your daughter's cup and helping, making her feel more comfortable in life and helping her to have a great life. And I'm able to be part of something that my son is passionate about, my youngest son. And, but my middle son helped coach the first season that I coached my youngest son, which was like the best of, two worlds there, because I got to see my son be a leader, my middle son, and then I got to see my younger son work with his big brother, but also work with them. And then teach my middle son how to, work with the kids a little bit. So it was just an all around cup filling season.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I feel like, sorry, I had a thought. I feel like filling, this is what fills my cup. I go to the gym, that fills my cup. I play soccer 2 nights a week. That fills my cup. My child fills my cup. Family, all those things fill my cup. But I do all those things and I pour into all those things because it makes me a better version of myself. Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to, is you have to do things that uplift you and make you happy, because that makes you a better wife, better whatever, mom, sister, grandma, all the things. It just makes you a better version. And that, I think that's huge.
Well, yeah. And, I've mentioned a few times about why I work out first thing in the morning. I love getting my workouts in. It's the one thing that I do that's strictly for me. Mm-hmm. Granted, it does feed, my relationship with the people that I work out with at the gym, because I'm their coach on different days, and other days I take class with them, but also they get to see a different side of me. And it's more energy for myself and getting my workout in and knowing that I'm taking care of myself, so that way I can be a healthier version of myself. And, some people may not agree, but I definitely feel like it puts the energy in my day and kicks my day off with some.
Absolutely. Yeah. Which is so funny, because you'd think you'd be like dead tired, but it's not. It's like we said, it sets the tone. But mine is, I go to the gym. My child gets to go to the daycare, which is awesome. And she gets to socialize and she gets to do things that fill her cup. Mm-hmm. And I think that's huge too. And then I'm done with my workout and the day is set. We're ready to take it on, like head first, honestly.
Definitely. No. And that's, well, and that's another thing, is I don't think that folks realize, some people feel bad because they go to the gym and they put their kids in the daycare. You're fortunate enough to spend a lot of time with your daughter, but other people feel like, I have my child in daycare and I take them to daycare, but also sometimes that fills their cup too, because they get to socialize. They get to be there with other kids their age. They get to have that fun. And it's kind of it is. And, say what you want about it, but it's important for them, for their parents to get that in, because that means their parents may not be uptight, for lack of a better word, especially if you've worked all day, you've had a stressful day, you go to the gym, you work out, you're relieving stress, you're making yourself a more tolerating person, and probably, a person that's easier to understand how, your child and be there without the stress level, because, parenting is stressful.
All around a better parent for me. Like,
Yeah. And
and that
so,
was the whole point of having this topic, because these things that fill my cup make me a better person.
yeah, no, I feel that, I see it, I wear it. It's just, and that's, another thing is taking vacations. I work a lot. I have I have a lot of responsibilities, but also when I take vacation, I take a vacation
Yeah.
because, that's rest is important. Relaxation is important. It's an important part of making sure that you keep your mental health, stable, and
It's
that
a
you're keeping.
reset.
It's definitely a
Yeah.
reset. That my most recent vacation that I went on was probably the utmost reset that I've had in a really long time. It was just rest, relaxation, chilling, and just got me revived and ready to get back into it and probably do it better than I was before I left. I didn't feel like I was tired and couldn't do it before I left, but when I got back, I'm like, wow, what is this new gear? All right, I'll take it.
Right.
So
And
yeah,
it's like a lot of people don't even like realize that they need it
yeah,
and how bad you need it until you're there and you're like, and you come back and you know, hit the ground running, going back to doing all the stuff you do. And you were like, oh yeah, okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What else you got? Anything else you want to touch base on before we wrap up, or?
I feel like I'm good. I just wanted to do, like, I know it wasn't solely movement today, but it tied into it. It
Very much
did.
so. Well,
Um,
movement is a part of filling your cup, so
right.
it
Yeah.
makes
So
sense.
I don't know. Tell us
Yeah,
what fills your cups in the comment
yeah.
section.
Good, good. All right. Well, we'll wrap up. Again, here we are, Movement Monday, with your host Ray Reyes and Hampton McCullough. We do this every Monday to talk about movement and keeping yourself healthy, and how vitamins and supplementation fit in with that. Sprinkle a little bit of that in while we're talking about our movement here. And reason being is Hampton and I are both promoters for innovative nutrition. So we have a line of vitamin and supplement products that we'd love to share. It fills our cup to share it because we both love the products, and we love sharing,
Yep.
helping people be better. So anything you want to know about that, anything to help you with, vitamin supplementation to help you um, to lead to more healthy habits, reach out to either one of us. We'd love to get you some information, maybe even some samples if it's a product that can be sampled. Um, if you are checking this out on YouTube and this is the first time you're seeing us here, please give us a like, give us a subscribe. We'd love to have more support. We appreciate the support that we've received thus far, but definitely can't have enough of that. So hit that like, subscribe button, maybe even that alert button, so that way you know every Monday when that episode goes live. Other than that, I will leave you with reminding you to drink your water, take your vitamins, get your movement in, get it done. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.